Hello everyone. So I figured I'd make a video today. It's been a little while. Um, I have a co-star today, Miss Blaze. Say hello. Anyway, so the reason why I'm making this video, this channel is been devoted to liver awareness, and it's been kind of my journey and what I found along the way, and the troubles I've had, and so on and so forth. Some of the things that may have led to it, and it's been quite the journey. It's been one thing after the other, and now it's to the point where it's obvious that other things are going on that may have caused the liver disease. And I kind of want to talk about not giving up, because sometimes it's really hard to get doctors, or to get to the right doctor, to find the right one, or someone that'll listen. Um, you know, Luckily, my regular doctor that I have is amazing, and he does listen, and his whole staff does. Uh, as far as a lot of the things, um, they are things that need specialists, or they come up as they go, and I also have to remember that they can't fix every problem. They're a general doctor. But in that saying, in with that also, getting someone to listen to you is so important. And even if you think something's not important, like a small detail, it doesn't hurt to speak it and to say it, because of the fact that maybe it may trigger something to them that they go, hey, I've heard of that in this kind of situation. Maybe we should check this. So you never know. Listen to your body. You know your body better than anyone else. You know when you're not feeling right. You know when you're feeling, feeling of just, malaise, like you're not feeling good. You're having a rough day. You are, just not, something's going on, but you can't quite figure out what it is. So in the process, I was diagnosed with liver cirrhosis about a little over 2 years now. In fact, I spent about 5 months or so straight in the hospital, constantly almost. And it was like something after another was always happening. My right lung was filling up, which isn't common for your lung to fill up with liver disease, with cirrhosis. And automatically, when I said that, because I decided when I went in that I was going to say, everything I've been doing, what I've been drinking, what I've been, medicines I've been taking, the fact that I'd been drinking heavier for the past 1.5 to 2 years or so, before being diagnosed. And they just automatically diagnosed it as alcoholic liver cirrhosis. Never did any testing. They never looked further. I also, now, if I think about it now, I had these hernias. I had an umbilical cord hernia. That's where the umbilical cord separates from where it should be, and it kind of floats around inside you. And that can sometimes push out through the hole and everything, and the belly button there. Not like out externally, but, like it would push through to where your belly button kind of disappears. And, it was one of those things. And then I had two, and I always say this word wrong, inguinal, yeah, hernias. They're the ones near the groin area. There's one on both sides, and they developed all around the same time. And also I started, noticing, and it didn't dawn on me until recently, but I had found myself drinking a lot of, I had to drink extra water every time I ate even a bite, or I'd have to cut it up real tiny, because it would get stuck. I felt like it would get stuck. So, and I mentioned that I used to have pills get stuck, well, I still do, and they had told me that, oh, it's probably getting stuck on a hiatal hernia or something, which is something that if you're, drink alcohol, you can get. It's basically a space in the esophagus, and it's what it sounds like. It's a hernia. It's a split in the esophagus where, there's extra tissue there that shouldn't be. and this and that going on, and the swallowing issue got a little bit worse. And about a year ago, I'd gone in and they put Botox in it, and they did that, and it never got rid of it. It never stopped it, and I just figured, hey, this is just something that I have to deal with, and I have to fight down every piece of food, and it takes me, to eat a regular meal, it takes me a good hour, and I can't get the amount of food in me, that I should. So that just continued for a while, and then all of a sudden it got to the point where I wasn't able to even swallow water. Water would get stuck, and water, it would sit in my esophagus, and my esophagus would fill up, and then it would start coming back out, and I wasn't able to get anything down. So I went to 5 ERs in 4 days with this, and they all, same thing. Well, it was 2 ERs twice, 1 ER 3 times, I'm sorry. And with fighting and fighting and fighting and fighting, I finally went to the last one, and I'm like, just call my liver doctor, in St. Louis. And so they did, and they're like, send them down. And anyway, I had gotten there, they got me in, they inspected it, and they, dilated it, made it, pushed it open, stretched it, and they added more Botox. And for the first day, I wasn't able to swallow anything, and then I was able to swallow some foods, softer foods and things like that, in the process. So they kind of, they kind of sent me away, and they're like, oh, well, we got this biopsy we're waiting on, and we'll have you come in as soon as we get answers. And then all of a sudden 2 weeks go by and I hear nothing. So I start contacting again, and it got to the point where I start feeling just defeated. It's like I'm screaming for help, and I'm saying, I'm going through this and that and that, and it's, liver disease on its own is not a fun thing to be dealing with, let alone then you're adding all these other things on top. And it's been really difficult. It's been a fight, and and then it came to mind. I started doing my own research, which I definitely think that research is good for you to do, for us to do, when you got something going on. But don't believe everything you see, because it's real easy to Google something, read something, and just fall down that rabbit hole. So you also have to take an effect on, if you're going to do this, you got to take an effect on what you've been tested for and what and maybe that you may find something that goes, oh, well, this makes sense. Maybe this is why this is happening. And, bring that to your doctor. And the more information you have, the more prepared you are. And so finally, maybe it was a point where they got tired of listening to me, I don't know. But I finally got some referrals going in to, like I said in my last video, it looks like it may be some kind of connective tissue disorder, because I've always been really hypermobile my whole life. Like I could, bend my fingers way back and, do funny things with my hands, twist everything around, turn my leg backwards, I always had these things that, I was able to do. And, they, and it's starting to make sense to me, because I know that these can happen. And, there's one particular that's called EDS, which is Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, and it's kind of rare, but it's a connective tissue. And everything I've had, the hernias, the swallowing issue, the pain, the flexibility, the stomach always feeling like it's full, the pressure on my lungs, so it feels like I can't breathe. All these are symptoms of this possible thing. So in the process of looking this up, I found these different things, and I'm not 100% sure that that's what it is. But getting the referral so that I'm able to go and have it looked into and have it checked and have a professional, somebody that knows what they're talking about, to take that information and consider other things, that alone feels good. It feels good. It makes you feel like you've finally been listened to or heard. Because, my whole life I've been in body pain, from my head to my toes. And I just thought it was normal because I went to doctor after doctor after doctor, and they all said, it's probably stress or it's something else. And they kind of shoved it off. So I never got anywhere. So finally I gave up and I stopped talking about it. And now everything's clicking together and starting to make sense. So my point is to all this is don't give up. If you know there's something and you're not getting the help you need, keep on pushing. Keep talking about it. Keep bringing it up. Don't get defeated and just, be quiet and not say a word and just deal with it. I did that for so many years, and now I'm in this position where I've got, all these ailments. I had to go and buy a chair I'm sitting in is one of those lift chairs to sleep in, because if I want to lay flat, now part of the issue with my esophagus, it can close while I'm sleeping, and I wake up gasping for air, and also I can aspirate now food up from my esophagus, into my lungs, which is really dangerous. So it's just, and I continue going, and I still believe there's hope out there. I still believe that, that there's a means to an end. Even if it means if the whole thing is making some of these videos to where maybe somebody sees something and they go, maybe this makes sense, or they hear something and it hits them to the point where they go, I've been dealing with that kind of thing, or whatever it may be. When you lose the ability to do things, you start to lose that feeling of being useful, and that's difficult too. So whatever struggle you're dealing with, if it's liver disease, which is what this channel was initially set up for, or something else, if you're watching this video, don't give up hope. If you're not able to do some of the things you're able to do before, find something new to do. Something else that would give you purpose that's within your abilities to do. One of my things, she's running around the floor right now, my bearded dragon. They give me something to take care of, and they give me enrichment and I give them enrichment, and it just gives me some purpose, and I enjoy that. And I deal with this pretty much on my own. I don't have anybody living with me or anything like that, so that becomes difficult too. So it's just one of those things where sometimes you find the strength in a place you weren't expecting it to come from. And whatever you find, whatever glimmer of hope that is, hold on to that and don't let go. And just keep pushing forward, keep fighting, keep on keeping on. And I hope that, if you're watching this video and you're going through something, I hope you find answers, and I hope that you get the help you need. And I truly hope that, you continue having hope and you continue fighting, because if you give up and you lose that will to fight, well, I don't need to talk about that because we know where that one's going. So try to keep that fight up and just keep going. You can do it. If you're watching this video, obviously, you're looking for information, or you're looking for some hope, or you're, looking for something, and I hope this video helps somebody. I truly do. And, I'll continue talking about the journey, and I'll continue on, making these videos. I'm going to try to make a little more. In fact, my doctor that I go to, he truly believes in what we put into our body, we get out of it. If you put positive things into your body, you're going to get more positive reactions out of it. One of the things he talks about, like if you're looking to become more healthy, but you never get off the chair or you never do anything about it, you know, then, or, you know, you're looking to become more fit, you're never going to get there. It's just a matter of what we put into it. And sometimes you may not have a lot to put into it, but if you can put just a little into it, that might, you know, build a little bit of strength for you, or build a little bit of hope for you, or something, whatever that may be. You know, I can't do most of the things I was able to do, and probably 90% of them anymore. And you know, it's difficult, and dealing with the financial aspect of it is extremely hard. You know, I'm come to the point where, you know, I may have to wind up moving eventually to get closer to where the specialists are, and that's just not affordable. It's, you know, with living on disability, it's just not, it doesn't fit. But I truly believe and I truly hope that, you know, that an answer will provide itself. Where it comes from, I have no idea right now. You know, but from where I'm at, and I'm going to continue doing the best I can with the resources I have, and I'm going to keep on fighting through, as, you know, as best as I can throughout it. And, you know, I truly hope that you all do the same, and you keep fighting and you hold on to that hope and just keep charging forward. You know, the past is called the past for a reason. The future's the future for a reason, and we're sitting in the present. So I try to, you know, bring myself ahead. If I get too far down, or I'm, you know, don't want to get up because I'm mentally not there, you know, I force myself to do something. Maybe I'll walk outside and try to take a small walk, or, you know, or maybe I'll sweep my floors, or maybe I'll, you know, wash 2 or 3 dishes or something, you know, to just keep me moving. And, you know, sometimes it's not the easiest thing to do. You know, sometimes it's a battle. So, but anyway, thank you to everybody. Thank you for listening. And I will, when I get more information, I'll continue to make these videos. And I hope everybody has a blessed day. And I hope you all have as much strength as you can find, and keep pushing forward. All right. Everyone have a wonderful day.